Hello, everybody, and welcome back to, I was gonna say good death, but we haven't done that for a while. It's ingrained in my muscle memory. Yeah, welcome back to Scorpion. I'm thinking maybe we can actually get this build, well, the build concept is fairly complete at this point, but maybe we can get to the story capped off too, and then I can start concentrating on, you know, getting the build guide all written up and fleshed out and everything like that. How's it going, guys? I missed you. You know, the highlight of my week usually is the 3 hours that I get to spend playing this game with you guys. Hey, Strudel, welcome, welcome. Hornet Gaming, hello, hello. We got Mad Adam in the chat too. Mentioned his Nightblade there. I think that went live yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. It's still on my watch later queue. I haven't gotten to it yet, but looking forward to it. Big Head is up there too. Hello to you, friend. And I thought I saw Magus in here earlier, but that might have been a little too early because now his messages are gone. Doing well, you know. I'm kicking off the weekend right. Got my Monster Energy drink. I just had a sausage egg McMuffin from McDonald's. Fueled up, ready to go, eating junk food, playing video games, being indulgent. Hope you are doing at least as well. Okay, so here is Scorpion. No longer is he Hanzo. He has been assassinated by a cryomancer assassin. Living the life, indeed. And he had to fight his way out of oblivion. And that experience transformed him, changed him in some very fundamental ways. Now he is able to fully harness the Hellfire. He is beholden to a Daedric prince. Right now it is Molag Bal, hence the red eyes instead of the white eyes, and we'll talk a little more about that later. But yeah, his Hellfire is more powerful now. I think he's just more powerful in general, and that's, you know, you chalk that up to just regular level progression and stuff. But also, this was a very wide and shallow build, and I think just recently, through enchanting some endgame gear and procuring some overpowered ingredients via the Rare Curios Creation Club content from the Khajiit, namely the gold cannet, the stoneflower petals, and the dro wax. We were able to finally enchant some endgame gear that was able to get me up above the armor cap with an ebony flesh spell, but also it goosed my damage output a little bit too. So we're rolling a little bit now. Alchemy and enchanting synergy for the win on that one. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting build guide. There's a lot of conflicting. There's a lot of like shallow skill trees and stuff, that there's just so much that this character, I wanted him to be able to do, and now that he can, it's a lot of fun. But it took a while to get there. Yeah, so let's see. The Molag Bal thing, I think that we did a poll in the last stream on... Did go live? Meant to watch that to catch up on him too. Oh yeah, no problem. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we did a poll last stream on which deity to worship, whether it was going to be Mehrunes Dagon or Molag Bal, and Molag Bal edged him out by a few percent, I think. So we went with Molag Bal, and it seemed like a good idea at first, but now that I'm running with Molag Bal and I've gotten like up to like 170 favor or whatever, I'm starting to see some weaknesses, or maybe not weaknesses, but maybe inconsistencies with the character concept that I was going for. The first one was, well, they all kind of revolve around Molag Bal wanting you to be a vampire, and that's the best way to earn your favor with him, right? So I wasn't sure about the vampire thing. It does make a certain amount of sense because Scorpion is a wraith from hell, basically, from the nether realms. So he is undead in some way, technically, but he's more of a specter, kind of more of a ghost or revenant than he is like a vampire. But it makes sense not to have to like breathe underwater, or not to have to sleep or eat, being immune to disease, that kind of thing. But it made it really hard to travel during the day, which I was able to mitigate via the Blue Blood quest. I was able to basically eat all the powerful people in Skyrim. And the very last perk that you get for that is the Daywalker perk, which allows you to sort of move about with impunity in the daylight. So that was fine. The other two things, which are kind of deal breakers for me and not as easily fixed or impossible to fix, is the weakness to fire, which, being a wielder of hellfire, being weak to fire kind of doesn't really make sense, right? Being a pyromancer vampire, it's hard to mitigate. It's hard to... Gotta going to the zoo with my niece who flies home. And oh, okay. Awesome. Well, have a good weekend, all right, Adam? And I'm looking forward to seeing your new Let's Play. I'm not surprised to hear about Molag Bal edging someone out. He's usually not that patient of a lover. I'm not saying from experience, but from what I've heard, he usually just goes right for it. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the weakness to fire thing was a really hard thing to reconcile. But also, Scorpion's supposed to have white eyes, and now he has red eyes. And I guess I could go into SSE Edit and change out the player character eye model, but I can't go to like the face sculptor. Race menu doesn't work if you're a vampire to change out your eyes. So that's a very aesthetic thing, but it's an aesthetic that I really wanted for this character. And now that I'm a vampire, I can't do it. So yeah, I think at some point here we're going to be curing our vampirism, and we're going to be switching back to Mehrunes Dagon. But for now, we're only going to be looking at the back of his head and his flaming enemies. So I think we're fine for this stream. He'd be better off as a non-vamp if that's the case. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. So I mean, I struggled with it because there are positives to being a vampire in this case. It just there are those two main negatives that I couldn't get over. Wow, there it is. There it is. Can you please do a Sub-Zero build someday, my friend? Yes, I do plan on it. It was going to be too hard to get Sub-Zero in. Well, actually, no. I'm making small references to him. I think technically he's in the story. Officially, he's in the story. If you watched the very beginning of the last stream, there was a little bit of a vignette about how the Shirai Ryu Temple got sacked by an assassin cryomancer. And in fact, that's what we're doing outside of the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary right now. Scorpion, the vengeful spirit that he is, was able to tirelessly track down the Dark Brotherhood, which was a match for the Dark Cowl that he found at his Shirai Ryu Temple, along with his dead students and dead wife. And he found the frozen patches all over them. Their bodies were frozen solid. There were frozen patches on the ground. So he knows he's looking for a cryomancer assassin. He was able to match the Dark Cowl that was left at the scene with the Dark Brotherhood, and he was able to, through various leads, track the Dark Brotherhood down to this location. And now his vengeance shall be swift, it shall be brutal, and it'll probably be pretty hot. So is the cryomancer Quan. Okay, if I might be able to get to that this episode. I don't want to ruin any surprises or anything, but I have the story part worked out for that. We're just going to see whether or not we're able to get there today. I think it will be. So let's get to it, shall we? Yeah, all right, let's do it. I think you have all done this before. This is just the Destroy the Dark Brotherhood quest. Build wise, I do have all the relevant skills leveled up to 100 now, so I won't have to worry about leveling anything anymore. I can go in, do what I want to do with no restrictions. I'm not trying to level anything up right now, so I'm not focused on block, I'm not focused on one-handed, I'm not focused on destruction or anything like that. Silence, my brother. Yeah, no, I think we're as denizens of the internet, we're all pretty well versed in the art of reading misspelled words. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but I do appreciate the effort.
What was that?
Oh, it's so dark in here.
Over here.
Where'd you come from? Someone there?
Oh, someone is definitely here, Festus. Not a cryomancer. Damn. That was it, huh? Lots of assassins, even an assassin mage. Not a single cryomancer. How badass was that, wasn't it? That was pretty badass. I think the build is coming along nicely, as the title says. That was so much fun. Its ass was bad. Thanks. Good to know. Good to know. Strudel has deemed the ass bad. Yeah, this build is a lot of fun. The one thing I am still working on, and maybe I will fidget around with it a little bit during the stream, is the Harpoon. Now, this one was really tough. Maybe I'll find some, like, Lonely Bandit or something to practice this on. But basically, we have the whip here. The whip acts as kind of the harpoon. What I was gonna do is the triumvirate spell Pull Through Shadows. I was gonna hook this up to the spell scribe perk, which allows you to trigger that spell via a power attack. Excuse me, I got burping up energy drink into the microphone there. You people are so lucky. But it seems that the Pull Through Shadows spell, well, jeez, I don't remember now if it were, okay, I think I have a Fortify Magicka potion in here. No, I don't. Let's try this. Oh my goodness. Fortify magic. Fortify Magicka by 100 points. I don't know that I've even ever found a supercharged Welkin Stone. But yeah, let's use that. So while you can dual cast this spell, you cannot hook it up to Spell Scribe. It seems that there is, did I already respec this? What's that power called? I may have already respec'd. We'll just put stuff in health now. Alteration, enchanting. Yeah. I think I may have already respec'd. So yeah, there is a... Alright, well, let's just... Sorry, I'm kind of feeling my way through this here, but I'm doing it for science, folks. I want to keep this build at level 50, so that's why I'm very averse to adding any more perks at this point. Okay, now we have the spell scribe power. So, cannot store concentration, ground target, or self-target spells. And that is because Pull Through Shadows is not a direct target spell. It is actually a splash damage area of effect spell, much like runes. It kind of works a lot like a rune in that the rune itself doesn't actually do any damage. It's all splash damage when somebody comes close. So this spell works the same way as a rune. You cannot attach runes to spell scribe, which is a bummer. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is, all right, we have the whip in one hand, we have Pull Through Shadows in the other hand. Now this whip is enchanted with a paralysis effect. It doesn't do a ton of paralysis. It does 6 seconds, which isn't bad, but it's not great. So how I'm going to be using this is I am going to pull an enemy through shadows and hit them with the whip at the same time, and I think that's going to come close to the effect of Scorpion's harpoon, or his spear as they called it. So that will actually paralyze them. I can switch to unarmed and then go in and just punch and kick the crap out of them. As we could see, while we killed all of the Dark Brotherhood assassins here, basically with our bare hands, our punches and kicks are extremely strong. They're crazy strong, and that is an Ordinator thing. That's not me using any exploits or anything. This is legendary difficulty. Legendary difficulty, level 50, so I'm not super high level or anything. And that's just Ordinator doing all the work in the light armor tree. Crazy powerful if you know where to put the perks. As you can see, that light armor tree is really full. I do want to just go through here and loot all the assassins. Ooh, I can harvest Gabriella's blood for Uncle Hermie. And then we'll move on. A whip build, possibly. I would love to do a whip build. This is the closest I've gotten so far, and it's a very sort of niche combo that I'll run. You have to, it's a lot of setup. You got to know going into a situation that you're going to be using that. It kind of breaks down a little bit against multiple enemies because, as I said, that Pull Through Shadows spell is all splash damage. So if you have a few enemies in a group, it's going to pull all of them towards you, but you're only going to be able to paralyze the one guy. In Ordinator, there is no like side power attack perk that hits everybody in front of you. They're all just weapon specific. Forwards power attack, sideways power attacks with mace deplete all of your stamina on impact, dealing 1 more damage per point of stamina depleted and doing a critical strike, which is great, but there's no mention of multiple enemies in that. So I'm not even going to be able to do a sideways power attack to wipe them all out, right? I've created a build based around Hermamora Abyssal Tide spell pack. Oh, I was just looking at that. Actually, check it out. It's funny you mentioned that. I was just looking at that. That was on like the top mods on Nexus today. Looks pretty cool. I kind of wish I'd had this for my Hermaeus Mora playthrough, but I already had strong ideas of what I was going to do with the magic in that. I was going to go Triumvirate Warlock with that. Probably wouldn't have been much room for it in the build that I did, but a build centered around it would be pretty cool. Is there anything else in here that I'm missing? I got the marked for death. Grabbing all the mushrooms because alchemy is OP, even with no perks. We got an alteration skill book here that I haven't read, but I'm already at level 100 for alteration. Bandolier patterns, why not? Oh, and the crossbow, sure, why not? Shrine of Sithis, I don't think we want to go for Sithis. Ornbjorn. Battle Axe of Chia. Ooh, Black Fire. Deal 9 magic damage for 5 seconds or until detonated by a power attack. I'm not sure if I have that one, so I'm grabbing it. I think I do. Alright, so what's next on the agenda here? I thought maybe we could do a little bit of the main quest line. Might look into curing vampirism, see if we can hook Mehrunes Dagon up. We have a lot more favor to attain with Mehrunes Dagon now that we've been with Molag Bal for a while. Just seems kind of incompatible with the build and the character concept. Cool deity though. Very cool deity. So let's see. Scorpion, he feels a little empty. He feels like, oh, he's not wearing his mask. Still got that slot issue going on. He still feels empty, like maybe he didn't actually avenge his family. There's something that felt wrong about that. First of all, he was not able to find the cryomancer. I like to pretend that at this point he might have found some correspondence, maybe in Astrid's room there, like in a dresser drawer or something. Found some correspondence about a certain Bihan or a Quailang, probably Bihan, who was the ice magic expert who decided to leave the Dark Brotherhood to go on some kind of journey, maybe going somewhere back to Morrowind, dealing with the Morag Tong or something like that. But the fact remains, he was nowhere in the province at the time of the Shirai Ryu massacre. So at that point, he's going to feel like he didn't get revenge on the person that he actually slaughtered his students and his wife. But now he's finding out that maybe it was a setup all along, and he's kind of lost. Now, I have a place where I'm going in mind with the story here, and it involves the deity that he's worshiping. So I can discuss that. Let's go to Morthal. I did complete the Dawnguard quest off stream throughout the week here, so I'm free to rejoin the mortal realm, so to speak. So let's go talk to, oh, what's his name over here in Morthal. Valian. Love the Dreadwatcher summon? I don't, oh, okay, Dreadwatcher, that's from the Abyssal Magic one. Yeah, I haven't actually even gotten a chance to look at the videos or anything yet. Let's face it though, I'm usually pretty slow at adding things into my mod list. I try to do it slow and steady. Two things. As to not break anything and make sure everything's compatible with what I currently have. What time is it? 3:39 p.m. Valian might be piss farting around out in the swamps at this point. Anybody know Valian's schedule? I know that he's at his house from like 8 to 12, and then in the afternoon he goes and does other things, and I think he does it out in the swamps, but I'm not sure. He might visit the Jarl's Longhouse. Someone you know likes Morthal, Cal? Ooh. I've created a build based around Hermamora. Love the Dreadwatcher. Imagine Molag Bal killed his clan. No, I think Molag Bal and Scorpion, or Mehrunes Dagon and Scorpion, whatever your Daedric Prince of choice is, I think they have a common enemy in where I'm going with this. You definitely... Oh, we all know Kosh.
What troubles you, husband?
It's Yorick. I fear his condition is worse.
1 day AM to 5 AM in the marshes. Okay, so where is he just in the afternoon? He might just have to sleep. Sometimes you can see him just like milling around outside, but whatever. There is one very easy way to fix this. Yeah, Strudel likes to tease.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots. Stay a
We
while.
were all being tongue-in-cheek
Welcome
about
to
the Morthal thing.
If you
We
need
know
anything,
Kosh
I'll
loves
be around.
Morthal.
Good to have a customer.
Like twists and stories. Let's just rent a room here.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Yes?
Now I have I need turned off ever since
understand.
Hanzo became a wraith. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Hit the wrong button. Sorry, I'll put this fire out. It's fine. All good. I'll pay for the damages. I have I need turned off since Hanzo became the wraith known as Scorpion. We need to get to... That ought to do it. 8 a.m. So what I'm thinking is Molag Bal or Mehrunes Dagon have a common enemy with Scorpion in this dark sorcerer that is the true culprit of the crimes committed against Scorpion and his people. And that is because a certain warlock that goes by the name of Sild, who dabbles in necromancy, caught wind of Hanzo's... he caught wind of the nature of Hanzo's like swordsmanship, how he's just like this legendary warrior, unstoppable in battle. Nobody can stop him. He basically single-handedly won the war, the civil war for the Imperials. Mr. Sild the Warlock thought that he could take advantage of this by killing Hanzo and binding his spirit somehow, trying to interrupt or trying to send Hanzo to oblivion, and then through necromancy and the conjuration arts, pull Hanzo's soul and his spirit back into the mortal realm, but bound to him. So he would basically be a minion of Sild the Warlock. This obviously didn't work because Hanzo was too strong even to be held in oblivion. He was able to fight his own way through oblivion and back into the mortal realm, fueled by his need for vengeance, his hatred for his killer, and also just his pure combat skills. So his spirit was not there in oblivion for Sild to bind and bring him back into the mortal realm. Now, Mehrunes Dagon didn't like this because Sild was actually using his plane of oblivion as a tool. And if we know anything about Daedric princes, is that they do not like being used by mortals as who they see as their lessers. They like to be the ones doing the using. They don't appreciate being puppeted by mere mortals. So I feel like once we get to a certain favor, and we're there with Molag Bal now, so I can move on with the story if I need to. Yeah, we're at like 180% favor with Molag Bal. Once we get to a certain amount of favor with either one of those deities, I'm role-playing it as that Daedric prince communicating with Scorpion, saying, hey, this is the deal. This is the person who killed your students and your wife and raised your temple. He's also made a fool of me and tried to use me for his own whim. So why don't you go and kill him and we'll call everything even. You're not beholden to me anymore. You're able to be free to take back your own humanity, do whatever you want, but kill him is all I ask. So that's where we're going. Sound like one of my toxic exes. Mine too. Maybe I speak from experience here, huh? I know how that feels. Okay, so Fallion, let's see, 9 a.m. He should be here 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. No answer, so he's still piss farting around here somewhere. Where is Fallion? So yeah, that was
another quiet day.
I did not want to talk to you. I wanted to pick those flowers. Is that Fallion? That looks like Fallion. Hey, buddy.
You stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead. You may save your breath. I have done no such thing, nor do I intend to. I simply wish to live my life in peace.
As normally, that's what happened in MKX, and I'm honestly enjoying this very much. Oh, awesome. Shang Tsung or Quan Chi is behind this. I went with Quan Chi. He's so prickly. He is so prickly. Listen, mage, look into my eyes and tell me that I'm one of these superstitious Nords. Why would I accuse you of that?
Would much rather weave their own horrid tales about my life than simply ask me for the truth. If they choose to fear me in their ignorance, that's their choice. But it will not change what is true.
Chocolate donuts are very melty. Excuse me while I snack. Do you have to ask somebody first about how to cure vampirism? How do you kick off that quest? I thought you just had to come talk to Fallion.
My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe.
Talk to the innkeeper?
All right then.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere. There ain't much to offer, but if you want a place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room.
I don't know if it's required, but you get the line about Fallion knowing stuff about Daedra. Go to any innkeepers. Just rumors?
They say Fallion of Morthal has studied vampires.
Oh, there we go. Good call, guys. Good call. Thank you very much, Skyrim experts over here. I love this community. Been playing the same damn game for 12 years now. And the thing is, I have thousands and thousands of hours in this game. Just when I feel like I've learned everything there is to know about this game, I end up learning something new. Oh.
This should be good.
Everyone inside, count. Dragon.
Someone do something.
Come on down. I haven't even done the main quest line yet, so I don't have Dragon Rend or anything yet. Oh, jeez, the auto aim on this is terrible. Okay. I don't know if mouse and keyboard actually disables auto aim, but with the controller, it's pretty rough. If you have to fire at an upward angle, there's like not really any telling. Where that projectile is going to end up going. I have not talked to Alva as a vampire. Should I before I cure myself? Is there dialogue? God, will you stay in one spot? See if I can get a better angle on him where I can actually hit him. Yeah, there we go. Shoot a fireball right up his dragon butt. She does have unique... Oh, hi, left-handed Jedi. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. For amusement's sake, if nothing else? Okay. Will do, will do. There was also somebody shooting ice spikes at me. This was probably the mages from that fishing. Yeah, with those Creation Club, the vagrant ones, yeah. More Tapanella. Whittling them down little by little. I don't want to take another destruction potion until I can get a clear shot at him. You'll be okay. Just put some salve on it. A little ointment. You'll be just fine. Okay, you coming down in for a landing? No, I'm just gonna hover. Okay, now he's coming down. All the way over there, huh? There he is. Now, let's take resist fire, resist magic, and we'll do fortify destruction. It takes a real badass to just be able to kill a dragon by punching him in the face. I still need to go through the main quest line and get the rest of the fire breath shout too. What'd you guys think of that?
It's really dead then?
Oh yeah, it's dead. Pretty impressive, right?
What is it?
Yeah. They don't seem impressed. They just want to make sure it's dead. Whatever. No gloating in Morthal, I guess. Liu Kang, is that you? No, he's the other Kung Fu pyromancer. All right, so there's that. Let's find Alva. She's probably in the inn at this. Alva, is she actually sleeping in her house right now, or is she going to be in the inn?
I'm still.
Goro is half dragon. Yes, you're well on your way to piecing him up. Yes, indeed. Give him the same amount of arms as everybody else.
Food, warm drinks and warm beds.
No, that's Ingert. Alva must be resting. So, okay, I'm going to kick off the quest, but at home in her comfy coffin, yeah. I'm going to kick off the quest. I'll try to knock on her door, see if she answers. You just never really know how that Simply Knock mod is going to... No answer. Okay. There was a chance it was going to work. Alva must be in Movar Slayer? She might be. But no, I think everybody's right. I think she's actually sleeping in her house.
Spells available. Do come in. Morthal is
and she's probably actually sleeping in her basement, which makes it impossible for her to answer the door because she's not in the room of the door that I'm knocking on. So I heard you're an expert in vampirism.
I know many things. I've studied things beyond the reach of most humans.
I'd want cushions in my coffin. Hell yeah.
Seen things one should not see. I have met Daedra and Dwemer and everything in between, and I know enough to see a vampire where others would
when I
see
am
a
close to
man.
finishing the quest, I see her run to the lair. Yeah, I've seen that too, actually. If you don't if you don't kill her outright during her part of it, when you're checking her room, because sometimes if she's home, she'll wake up and then you're kind of forced to kill her, which is what happens to me most of the time. But yeah, I've definitely seen her in Movar's lair. She was sleeping in the lair when I played Kosh. Interesting. Interesting.
It is possible. I know of a ritual, but have never performed it.
Yeah, there must be
requires a filled black
some point
soul
where she goes and
gem.
sleeps there.
You will need to kill someone. When you have a gem and have filled
And
it,
she sleeps
return
somewhere
to
else
me and
normally.
I will perform the ritual. I will bring life to your dead body, vampire.
I think I have one of these back at Ryek's End. I hope. Yeah, let's do a quick save here. We're gonna see, she might be in here. If she's not here, she's probably in Movarth's lair. And if she's in a Movarth's lair, she's probably gonna be hostile. This is just so wrong on so many levels. Like, not wanting to be a vampire, you talking about? Reversing it? Yeah, right? Okay, well, we found the sweet spot anyway. Let's see here. There it is. Absolutely blasphemous. Got a lot of vampire fans in the chat. I hope I don't get lynched. Yep, there she is.
Never should have come here.
Just one kidney shot and she's done. Yeah. You have a new vampire coming, Caladran. I think you'll like him. Ooh. Oh yeah, you were gonna go through the better vampire stuff. Yeah, actually doing all this Molag Bal stuff made me kind of get the itch to do a vampire character and maybe do like a build guide for Sacrosanct. I kind of got, first I want to get back to basics, so I want to do just a regular old warrior build and really get into the nooks and crannies of the warrior archetype in a Nyrim. There's a lot of good juice in there, even for like a basic class like that. And I might do a let's play, make it kind of like a major Slack walkthrough too, doing like tips and tricks along the way, but maybe a little more edited, make it a little more fun. but not like to the point where I was doing the narrative of like the Scorpion beginnings. I really liked the narrative style of the first few episodes of this series. Didn't really take off so well. Got a few criticisms about it. It was also a lot of work to edit all those things all the time. But yeah, I think a regular old Let's Play. Report back to Commander Morrow. Yeah, I may as well do that too at some point. Get the rewards for it. Close out the quest. Let's do that. A regular old Let's Play would be less work. Just have to kind of chop out the dead bits and add in some funny stuff here and there, and you're good to go. What I was doing was a lot more work than just a regular Let's Play. People who don't understand the concept of a story bother me. Yeah, there was a lot going on with this series. I was expecting it to be very popular, and it ended up not being so much.
By all I hold holy, can it be true?
And that's not the reason why I wanted to
it?
change things
This is a
up, but
great day,
I do
my
want to take the criticisms to heart and
blow against darkness that will not
use
soon
that
be
in order
forgotten.
to make
Here,
improvements, not
promise,
necessarily like to
most
bend the
generous
knee
reward.
to the YouTube algorithm or anything, but just to, wow, 3,000 coins. Just to hone my craft a little bit more. My controller right now is busted. If it wasn't, I would totally be fine doing a Vlad Tepes build. Vampire, Crusader, very holy, serves the 9 divines with Sithis in place. That sounds pretty awesome. I have often been fascinated by the idea of like a holy, like paladin type, or like Crusader, but like vampirism, but also still like very devout. There's got to be some juice, some Skyrim juice in there where you can really manifest that in terms of gameplay, but I just haven't gotten there yet. Too many build ideas, like way too little time. And with Starfield coming out, even less time, right? Man, talking about not having time for stuff. My wife went to Denver to meet a friend's baby on Thursday, and she's coming back this afternoon, so it's just been a couple days. I had a very small honey-do list that I was going to do last night. Didn't do anything. I was just grinding Diablo 4 the entire night until like 2 a.m. instead. I basically just have to change the sheets, and it's not even that she stipulated I had to do this. It's like she said she wanted to change the sheets when she got back, and I was like, just pull out the sheets. I'll get them changed out before you get back. And here she is due back in a few hours, and I haven't even touched it yet. Okay, what's next? Ryek's End. Yeah, we need a Black Soul Gem and some other stuff, I think. Gameplay, I did a Dark Knight with Sacrosanct mechanics without using any magic before. Nice. If I did, yeah, that's... If I did a Sacrosanct focused build, though, I mean, that would be separate from, like, the Dark Blood Knight or whatever. I would want to try to make full use of all the Sacrosanct mechanics in one build, which would probably end up being more of, like, a Nightblade hybrid warrior build with Hemomancy. You'd have Hemomancy for destruction, probably a sword or dagger or both in one hand, depending on the situation. Be some sneaky, some fight. I think it would actually end up being a lot like my Shadow Ninja build, which ended up being very Nightbladey with a little bit of warrior thrown into it. Probably be very much like that, except instead of shadow magic, it would be Hemomancy. Little bit of illusion. Yeah, I mean, completely viable with Sacrosanct, right? With the different wassail buffs that you get. You do get buffs to damage output with Vampire Age. Things that you can do with staggered enemies in combat as far as like combat feeding and stuff like that. Very cool build. Very viable. Grindy to start, yeah. Well, with any warrior, any like melee focused, heavy armored warrior type is going to be grindy to start in this game. I think that's to be expected. Gargoyle summoning, nice, there you go. And of course, so it would be like 2 builds in one. I would actually probably split that up into 2 different build guides, one for the human form and one for the vampire lord form, because they're very different. They need separate perks to become viable. What did I just put in there? Ooh, what, we got a subscriber? Sean Rivas, welcome. Thanks for the subscription, buddy. I do appreciate it. I don't know what I put in here. I think it didn't belong there. It sounded like some kind of gems or something. I'm looking for a black soul gem. I think I have one over in my enchanting. Oh yeah, there was a flawless garnet I think I put in there. Yeah, right. Put the dragon bones and stuff in here. I think I probably already did. Yes. Sorry for all the inventory management. I know people just want to see me fry stuff. Black soul gem. Yes, we have 7 of them. We only need 1. So there's one of them. Oh, that's all we needed. Sweet. Love this house. Wish I could have made it work for me. Yeah, it's a mainstay for me. It feels a little cheaty every once in a while because it's available right from the start for free in like the sort of de facto starting area here right outside of Riverwood, and it gives you all of your amenities, gives you a place to store stuff, but it also gives you plantable plots, which with the AE version of the game, there are a couple of easy access plantable plots. You have Gallows Hall over here near Mara's Eye Pond that you just have to do a small little puzzle quest that requires basically no combat. And I think this has access to plantable plots. Mirror Watch, you just have to kill 1 Charis. Maybe it's a Charis Reaper, which might be a deal breaker based on your build and what difficulty level you're on. But if you bring a follower, you have some paralysis poisons, you're good to go. Yeah, once you get through this, that unlocks some plantable plots, and there's also there's a new player home just right across the road from Battleborn Farm here, which you don't even have to buy the property. You have free access to the plantable plots in sort of the backyard area over there, right off the bat. So it's not really cheaty compared to the AE edition, but having access to those plantable plots at the very beginning of the game gives you a lot of power in terms of being able to plant like paralysis poisons, just Imp Stool and Canis Root. And you got yourself a super powerful weapon that can be used both offensively and defensively, all the way up at legendary difficulty from level 1. So there's that. There's my there's my legendary playthrough pro tip for y'all. I do want to do a video on legendary difficulty tips and tricks as well, and I'll have stuff like that in it. I also want to do a crafting guide too. Had some people asking me where my ridiculous values are coming from, kind of assuming that I'm using restoration glitch exploits or just grinding crafting loops over and over again, and I'm not. But a lot of that has to do with those crafting ingredients that you get from the Khajiit caravans now with the AE update from the Rare Curios creation. That boosts your amplitude of these crafting potions like outside of the multiplicative percentages that you get from other stuff. So you just get a pure like 2 times or even 4 times magnitude on your potions from those certain ingredients. And that's the gold cannet, the stone flower petals, and the dro wax. What the hell am I doing? I'm looking for Falion here. Where is he? He's still home. Good, good. I had the house for Cieln when I started him first time or so. Nice.
I have many spells available. Do come in.
I kept having crashes when I left. I'm sure it's patchable, but I couldn't quite get it working. Oh, that's interesting. Also, that Ryek's End is pretty tough on performance, too.
My talents are much needed
Before
here
I
in order to keep
upgraded,
Morthal safe.
I had a lot of performance issues with Ryek's End. So when I finally got my 1080 Ti years and years ago, it was like heaven sent to be able to go back and use that player home mod again.
Very well. Meet me at the summoning circle in the marsh at dawn. We shall banish the creature you have become.
But if you're crashing coming out of it, I can't imagine that being a performance issue. Maybe. Meet Falion at dawn. Okay. So what shall we do until dawn? Until dawn. That's a pretty cool game. I started playing it on my PlayStation 5. It's a PS4 game that I think you get for free with your PSN account. It's kind of a Heavy Rain style, like story-driven narrative game, but it's like horror movie inspired. Very cool. Okay, so what should we do till dawn? We're gonna meet Falion at dawn out there. Didn't have any performance problems, oddly enough, but it's okay. I have. Oh yeah, you're not hurting for player homes in your load order. That's for sure. You're eating good. Let's see. What do we have in the quest log? Oh. Let's just go kill Sild, huh? Sild the Warlock is... I think I want to say he's up in the mountains over here somewhere. Let's go through... Let's see, it would be quicker to go through this way, but the terrain gets a little funky. Let's go through Labyrinthian. We'll get spit out over here, and then we'll just keep the mountain range to the right and fight some bears and saber cats on the way. No bigs. Maybe we'll get a chance to try out our Harpoon combo here too. The bloom spell lets you regrow plants and fungi if you want to buff an alchemist build. The bloom spell, where does that spell come from? Does it just regrow plants that are already existing in the world? Like immediately? I'm not familiar with that one at all. Sounds pretty cool though, and a little OP. Not gonna lie. There are lots of frostbite spiders out here. Some ice wraiths. Not seeing anything yet. Oh, Dawn Guard. If the light can take me, it deserves to have me. Ooh, that one hurt a little bit, but I'm okay. Halberds are so cool. Wow. The movement speed on this character is a little tough. I end up overrunning my enemies quite a bit. Okay, let's try harpooning him. Okay, I gotta hit the ground. There we go. Works like a charm. Get over here. Okay, once I get a little better with the buttons, get some muscle memory going on it, we'll be good to go. Works pretty well, I think. Just a shame you can't target an enemy with that. So anybody got any plans for the weekend? I think the wife and I, when she gets back, we're just going to take it pretty easy. Maybe play some... we've been playing through New Super Mario Brothers Wii U on the Switch. It's a lot of modifiers to that game. I played the New Super Mario Brothers when it came out on, I think it was like the Nintendo DS, and then they made a Wii port and added some things to it, and I played it again on that. And now I'm playing the Wii U version on Switch. It's a great game. It gets really aggravated when you play two-player on it because it's not like the you don't take turns on it like you do with the classic Mario games. You play at the same time, which sounds amazing, but it gets really chaotic when you're both trying to like land on like narrow platforms all at the same time, and you're bouncing off of enemies, and everything's very timing specific. Yeah, we get pretty frustrated with each other. It gets a little tense in the Karn household. I'm not gonna lie, but we can't get enough of it. Just chilling and gaming, nice. Yeah. I've been grinding a lot of Diablo 4 lately. A lot of people have some not so nice things to say about it recently. I think it's mostly just the hardcore, like, super dedicated Diablo gamers that have already gotten like multiple hundreds of hours in it. And they're just running out of stuff to do. The end game content can get very grindy, and there's not like a whole lot of new stuff to do once you reach a certain level. And Season 1 recently came out where you get to start a new character. It's kind of like the Skyrim Unbound seasons that we used to do on the Couch Warrior Discords. Where they give you like 3 months to level up a character and see how far you can get, and there's a battle pass attached to it, so you can unlock new transmogs and stuff as you progress through that playthrough. But at the end of the season, your character goes away, so that's kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people. But they also add like new interesting like mechanics and stuff to it. The Season 1 mechanics for Diablo 4 have been kind of underwhelming, I think. So they're getting a little bit of flack for that. But for the vast majority of just casual gamers, I'm not casual on all games, but for Diablo, I definitely am. I've put maybe close to 100 hours into it now, and I'm still like not sick of it. It doesn't feel too grindy. I'm finding new stuff to do, new stuff to discover, new ways to manage my build, new pieces of equipment and stuff to add to it. It's all very interesting. For buildcraft folks, I mean, the Skyrim community, I think, is kind of split between the build people and the roleplay people. And there is like a Venn diagram where some people like both, but a lot of people gravitate toward one or the other. But if you're one of the Skyrim build folks, you'd probably really like Diablo 4. I'm one of the Venn diagram folks. I like both. And I'll go through phases where it's like, I really want to do roleplay, or I really want to work on this build concept. So I'll kind of fluctuate from one side to the other, but most of the time I try to land like right in the middle. I like both of it. Left-handed Jedi likes both too. Nice. Like-minded friend. Good to have those. I need to clean too, but also need a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I've not my fight. Don't care. Yeah, so when my wife and I bought the house that we're living in now, we made an agreement that I would take care of all the yard work if she took care of all the housework. And she made the shrewd move of hiring a house cleaner to do her work for her, which is like, okay, touche, wife. I still have the pride
I don't want to do this.
Of like being able to take care of my yard myself. I get a sense of accomplishment from it. But the point I was trying to make there is we've had the same vacuum cleaner for like 20 years now, and it still works because we don't have to use our own vacuum cleaner anymore. The cleaning person comes over and uses theirs. And she does a great job.
Sorry. I don't want to do this.
She's also a good friend. She's on our volleyball team, our recreational volleyball team, and she's a hell of a volleyball player. I don't know how she, like, well, she does like some residential stuff and she does some commercial stuff, but she's basically cleaning all day, like every day. Ooh, that's a cool looking sword. Kind of want to grab it. Revenant, huh? That's very fitting. But it's a two-handed sword. I think I can convert, this is a Billy Rowe sword. I think I can convert this to a one-handed, but I like the look of the katana better, honestly. It fits with Scorpion and his Japanese roots a little better. Cannot wait with enemies nearby. Are there other enemies nearby? I do hear the dragon. I'm not seeing him up there anywhere. But anyway, this is where Molag Bal has sent us to kill our mutual enemy, Sild. Now, Sild is a powerful mage. I think he has access to cryomancy abilities, so Ice Spike, but it's the Ice Storm that you really got to be careful of. So we'll be popping some potions. As a vampire, we do have some really good resistances against cold, which will be nice for this fight. Kind of want to do some sword fighting.
Stay back. I don't want to do this. I don't. Sorry.
Keep the blade skills sharp, you know? Ultimate healing, can always use those. This build is a little bit squishy. I'm obviously more RP than not, but I've had fun with a couple of serious builds in the past few months. Nice. Awesome. It's all about getting more out of your game, right? And I think I've talked about this before, but I think that if you do the buildcraft right, it can actually aid in your roleplay. Having like a tangible manifestation of the things that you're role-playing in game through buildcraft is extremely satisfying, right? And it's really hard to get to that point if you don't know the mechanics inside and out and all the things that you can do and how you can put them together and synergize them in ways that it's actually viable to play that way. I mean, when it comes right down to it, roleplay at its most fundamental level is just making shit up, right? But if you can form your gameplay around that roleplay, the making shit up part is way more satisfying if you're actually seeing that stuff happen on screen.
I'm sorry. This isn't what I want.
That's the same agreement we made 30 years later. Neither one of us is doing it anymore. Yeah. I'm almost there with the yard stuff. It's getting to a point where like the time and energy I'm spending on the yard work, especially in the crazy heat that we've been having lately, is just, it's not worth the money that I'm saving by just paying a landscaping service to do it. I'm not quite there yet, and it's not just the time and energy versus money thing. It's also like, I laid all the sod down there. I prepped the ground and the soil and everything to lay down the sod. I did all the work myself, and like the backyard looks beautiful. I trim all the branches on all the trees and all the bushes, and it looks nice. It looks beautiful out there, and I take a lot of pride in that. So it's not all just the time and the energy of keeping up with it. It's the time and the energy that I spent on it already. And I don't really want to give that up.
Stay back. or I'll be forced to it. I'm sorry. This isn't what I'm sorry. This isn't what I want.
And I'm still able-bodied enough. That could change at some point. That sword, the Revenant, is great looking. It's nice, right? The whole Billy Rowe compendium is amazing. I highly recommend his whole compendium. Very high quality swords. For me, what I like in terms of like weapons and armor mixed with like gameplay and stuff, I like my weapons and armor to be very grounded in reality. I like them to be very feasible. I don't like the big clunky like fantasy World of Warcraft Diablo armor. I like the stuff that's rooted, that's not too bulky, that is like more form-fitting, stuff that kind of mimics reality a little bit more. The Witcher does it right. I think the Witcher series has great armor sets. So a lot of those things that get ported are awesome. So weapons and armor, I like grounded in reality. I like modestly sized and thickness models for like weapons and swords and stuff. A lot of the vanilla stuff is way too bulky. But then for perks and magic, I like it to go crazy. I like to go completely nuts with the magical side of things. And that creates like this dichotomy of, okay, the warrior stuff is grounded in reality. And then if I want to go nuts, I got the magic and I got the perks to do that with. That's my philosophy on Skyrim. That's how I like to mod everything to look and to play. Concept drives creation. It does, for sure. To RP, one needs to plan out what mods one needs and set objectives. Yes. And that can be part of a build concept. That's a big part of a lot of build concepts, right? Sometimes the objectives there's a lot of room for improvisation, which Skyrim is really good at, throwing you like random events that can like make or break a character concept, right? Okay, this is where Sild is. Yeah, no, that's true. And to me, it's a lot of fun towing that line of like, okay, this is where I want to go with this character. These are the things that I definitely want to do. And then the roleplay part of it is like, okay, now we're going to throw a wrench into it. And that becomes a challenge, right? A lot of times it conflicts, but resolving those conflicts are a lot of fun, in my opinion. I kind of like puzzle solving and stuff like that. And if I could do that in like a video game that I love and adore and have never been burnt out on in the last 12 years, and be able to like make up stories and stuff, that's a lot of fun for me. Of course, we all learned a lot from Stu. We did indeed. Gargantuan pointy pauldrons that can get caught on stuff. Exactly. I mean, there's a place for that, and I'm not going to judge you if you do like that stuff, but I like the realistic stuff. I think I'm in the same boat in terms of fantasy. I prefer Excalibur, even though Excalibur isn't realistic with the timeline of armor. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't. I would like to know more about that stuff, but I don't.
I know you're up there. Go get the treasure. Doesn't it look pretty? Someone there?
Oops, missed with the Phoenix Strike. Okay, this is gonna get harder. Ooh, that was close. If that just lasted longer, that would have been an epic battle. But yeah, okay. There's Quan Chi. So this is kind of Scorpion's vengeance complete, right? This is, I want to say the end of his story, but he does have a lot more. This is the main story arc complete for Scorpion. And I know we kind of went through it really quick in this last episode, but it is what it is. If I were doing this as more of a machinima series, I would have really stretched this out, but because we're doing it in a live stream and I really want to get this build guide out before Starfield comes out, yeah, I kind of went a little quicker than I maybe normally would have. But that is Quan Chi. This is the real killer of his students and his wife. His vengeance is complete. Now, the rest of his story arc, depending on which way you want to go with it, the Mortal Kombat series has kind of done a couple different things. At some point, he kind of focused on regaining his humanity, not being so much of a villain. But he's also been very focused on rebuilding the Shirai Ryu. And he's done that in a couple different ways. Like, he teamed up with the actual, well, not the actual Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero's younger brother, who became like a good guy and one of his best friends. They kind of teamed up as an ice and fire tandem, and took on some students and apprentices, and the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei, which was the Scorpion's sort of guild, and Sub-Zero's guild, started rebuilding themselves as like good guys and everything. So maybe that's what we'll do here. Start taking on more apprentices, becoming a good guy, but also in some story arcs in Mortal Kombat, he's gone the route of just full-on angry bad guy, killing gods and stuff to sort of reset reality to the point where he could go back in time and change events and everything, and sometimes that doesn't work out for the best. Sometimes he like takes the place of those gods that he slaughtered and doesn't do the best job. But I think all that stuff is harder to implement in terms of the platform that Skyrim provides. Sorry, my wife is texting me that her flight is on time and everything. So I think I'm more comfortable. Okay, so dirty secret here. Remember that vignette that I clipped together and showed in the last stream where Scorpion's basically his whole family got slaughtered? I made a save before that. I did not have it in my heart to actually leave all those people dead. I'm a softie. So all those people are still there. I'll probably still build around all that. And I can actually use that in the story too. Like maybe I can use the main quest line, the dragon break that occurs there with Alduin coming back, as sort of like a time shift that like Akatosh, as like a reward for defeating Alduin and saving the world and maintaining this timeline for a little while longer. He's able to, Akatosh is able to manipulate the events of the past in a way that his family is actually back now. I don't know. Sounds a little too happy. Too much of a happy ending for Scorpion in a Mortal Kombat inspired playthrough, but I'm a sap. I can't help it. I appreciate a realistic, terrible ending that hits you in the gut, but I don't know that I actually have the heart to do it to myself. Having a wife takes away from playing Skyrim. Look at this guy with a life. Yeah, I know. Strangely enough, I met my wife just a few weeks after Skyrim came out, and I'm with how big a part of my life Skyrim became, I'm surprised I had room for both. Obviously, my wife was actually the priority and getting that stuff squared away. If I had to choose between Skyrim and my wife, it would be a no-brainer. Obviously, I can find another wife, but I have yet to find another Skyrim, so... No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. My wife is definitely one of a kind. I wouldn't trade her in for anything. Yeah, no, if I had to trade Skyrim in for my wife, I would happily give that up. Wow, she says. Perhaps in your new Shirai Ryu post-Dragon Break, one of your new students can be a young ex-assassin, perhaps a reckless cryomancer. Yes, indeed. And I do want to do a Sub-Zero build as well. the unarmed thing has gotten a lot of exposure on my channel, and I kind of want to take a break from that. I still do have ideas about how it implement Sub-Zero in several ways, but I think I need a break from the elemental ninja thing for a little while. Definitely will do one at some point though, for sure. Okay, what time is it? 7:37. What else is in the quest log here? We have like 10 hours to burn, I think. I don't even know if I want to do the Volkihar stuff anymore. Well, may as well while we're still... Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and go do this, and then while we're still a vampire, we'll go talk to Alva afterwards, because at that point, it should be nighttime, and she should be working the inn. So yeah, let's go, let's kill some vampires in Morvenskir, and head back to Morthal and talk to Alva. Oh, hey, Haster. Welcome, welcome. May I suggest frost armor from FMR, frost cloak, and then any ranged frost spells you want, plus Stalrim weapon. Yeah, FMR actually does have like an ice blast spell of some kind that allows you to unlock a perk that actually freezes an enemy in place. So I think that the build will be focused on that for the most part. Also, this is fun. We do have the Sub-Zero slide. I haven't been making too much use of that with Scorpion, but Sub-Zero does have that slide that knocks people down, and this slide actually does cause ragdoll physics that knocks people around when you hit them with it. So that would work out pretty well too, I think. And there's also the Ice Form Shout, which can do freezes. The one thing I need is an Ice Clone. So I'm still trying to figure that thing out. And then obviously we have things like Ice Blast from Apocalypse. We have something like that in Odin too. Oh, look at all these zombies. This is going to be fun. All right. Oh. Took a hit. Target practice. Oh, he got me. Oh, he got me. Oh, he got me. Maybe not as fun as I thought. They're kind of kicking my butt a little bit. Oops. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, there are too many of them. Oh. Oh my gosh. Shadow Dance is failing me. Out of potions. My gosh. Imagine being an unstoppable warrior pyromancer wraith and getting killed by a handful of zombies. God. Whew. Permadeath? Yeah, no. Not interested anymore right now. Remember I was saying this build is squishy? Visibility can also be an issue with all the flame effects on the screen all at the same time. Oh, Wildcat doing his job. Look at him trying to flank me. That's awesome. Ouch. I didn't even see that guy. Still injured. Wow, he's got some range on that weapon. Okay, blocks aren't getting picked up for some reason. Probably just not pointing in exactly the right spot. Oh, out of stamina now too? I feel like I have some regenerate stamina potions here. There was a mod on Nexus that when you died, it gave permadeath and also deleted all your saves and uninstalled the game. Oh, yeah, that's too much. I do run some permadeath mods on my other profile. I did have a permadeath series for a very long time. What is the effect that's causing me chest injury? Until fully healed. I've been fully healed several times and it's like it's still not healing my injury. Dread zombies, level 50 enemies. Crazy. Okay, now that I'm actually out of combat, it's letting up. Good. Ooh, that was tough, guys. With how easily I got through the Dark Brotherhood and everything, to have this much trouble. Just a nice reminder that you're still on legendary difficulty sometimes. And also goes a long way to showing your audience that you're not cheating. That you are actually on a very hard difficulty setting. What now? Oh, a troll? Trolls don't bother me. This is... Oh, okay, yeah. It's a weaker enchantment. Interesting. It's a newer sword. Okay. How are you doing, Karn114? Lord Wolfie, I am doing fantastic. Get to play some of my favorite game with some of my favorite people. It's the beginning of the weekend. Got a whole 2 days of not work to look forward to. Life couldn't be better. Oh, you've been here since the beginning? You were lurking? No problem, master. Being a vampire in the Elder Scrolls really isn't worth it. Any bandit with an iron sword can land a killing blow. Yeah, it depends. Vanilla vampirism is kind of meh. There's some very interesting things you can do with the what was it? The restoration perk. I don't remember what the vanilla one is called, but the Nyrim version of it is called Necromanticon or something like that. Some interesting things you can do build-wise, but classically in vanilla Elder Scrolls, vampirism is a tough pill to swallow, especially in Oblivion. Anybody who played Oblivion and got stuck as a vampire in that game, it was tough. But yeah, with vampirism mods, you can do a lot of great things. You can center your entire playthrough around vampirism. It stays viable and even gets really strong. Some very unique abilities and spells and stuff that you can do. Highly recommended if you are interested at all. If not, that's cool too. Don't care about lore if it doesn't match gameplay. That was an awesome zombie fight. That was I got a little sloppy. The reach on those pole arms that they had was really surprising me a lot. I thought I was spaced out enough that a lot of those attacks weren't going to hit me, Also, some of the magical effects on the screen, some of the fire effects were blocking some of the enemies, so I wasn't able to see when they were swinging. There were a couple times I was off axis from them, so even though I was blocking, I still got hit. I had to chug a lot of potions. I'm not proud of that one. Then I suggest the mod Bring Your Silver. There we go. This sword that I have is actually great against undead. It has a lingering fire effect. The whip that I have also does a ton of damage to armor rating on power attacks. So the whip would be good for that too. The lore's the whole draw for me, such a rich body of imagination. Yeah, I mean, it fights itself. there's retcons and conflicts and everything, but there's that stuff in real life history as well, depending on who recorded it when. May not be accurate. You may get conflicting reports. That's definitely a thing in Elder Scrolls. Karn's great. I try. Vampires are also typically not good characters, like good guys, right? Yeah. It's a lot easier to roleplay an evil vampire or like an evil assassin, especially in vanilla game if you don't have like story mods and stuff attached. Vanilla Skyrim vampirism is amazing. So many exploits with a small fire debuff and nerfed regens. Yeah, that restoration stuff gets nutty. Gets very nutty in vanilla. If you see that as an exploit, which I don't, there are some ways to turn it into an exploit, but the perk itself is very powerful, and I think meant to be there and just fine. I beat Oblivion as a vampire. It was quite fun. Having to plan and map your shopping trips was interesting. Yes, because going out in the daylight was basically a death sentence in Oblivion. It was tough. You could paint yourself into a corner really quick in the middle of the day if you were starving to death and it was the middle of the day and you couldn't go outside. It's an interesting challenge for sure, but a very tough pill to swallow. I also had to map out an area before accepting a daytime follow me type mission so I could zigzag around the shade. Nice. Kosh is not evil, no. He's brooding. He's not evil. It's 12 years later and it's well known. Sure, yeah, there's definitely some very exploitative stuff that you can do with the resto loop and vampirism, but I think it's fine. More of Unsker. Okay, let's go whip and harpoon for this. The mages are going to want to keep their distance and shower me with stuff that hurts. The pull through shadows is going to have some splash damage, so I'm going to be able to pull them in, paralyze them. Oh my god, is that a dragon?
You're pathetic. You think you stand a chance?
Fire, frost, or lightning, you will suffer at my...
Okay, that worked pretty well. Yeah, this build has a nice big toolbox with lots of fun stuff that you can do. You know, if you're a Dishonored immersive sim player that likes to do crazy stuff and clear levels in the most creative ways possible, you could have fun just playing this build and just completely ignoring the story, I think. There's so much fun stuff you can do with this. was that? Oh, another zombie up here, huh? Zombies came all the way up here? I thought I heard a dragon, but it was just sound effects of whatever spells these magical doofuses were casting. Yeah, exploit I think has a negative connotation to it, like it's somehow game breaking or like cheating. I don't mind the concept of exploits if they're unlocking gameplays and roleplay scenarios. That will enable your concept. I think the term exploit is negative, but I come from an arcade game and fighting game background, and in those communities, like, exploits are a good thing. Whatever gives you an advantage in the game, it's pretty like positively thought of. If like you can figure out a way to exploit things in an arcade or a fighting game, you're like legendary. If it gives you some kind of edge, it's a really cutthroat mentality there. It's like where the most effective tactic available, the meta, is king. It's just funny how like some people look at these different ways and think of them in different ways. What else do we still need? I think I need Bosmer, maybe? I just stepped on a trap. I remember one time I survived the day by going to the bottom of a lake and just casting water breathing until nightfall. Oh, nice. That's awesome. For my current vampire girl, I set up better vampires to be as unforgiving as I could get, and also added a Daywalker item that you really have to work for if you're level 1. Yeah, Sacrosanct has a Daywalker perk as well that's tied through the Blue Bloods questline, which is feeding on the powerful individuals of Skyrim. Once you get through like 6 or 7 of them, I think, then you get the Daywalker perk, which basically removes all the bad effects from being in the day, being out in the day. Hey, there's the wind. She just blew in. Ba-dum-ts. Better having her blow in than blowing me off, am I right? Well, I guess that's two things. We'll move on from that. Blowing me off as in just like not showing up, you know? We always rather have the wind around than not. Wow, she says. With this group, I always have to explain. If I say something that's even like remotely questionable or euphemistic, You got to put a disclaimer on it, right? I'm just glad I don't run like a flight sim channel or something like that, because this is the type of group that would snicker and make comments every time I said the word cockpit.
Someone there.
Oh, she's tough. Master Conjurer zapping the crap out of me. Whew. Cockpit. Yeah, I feel like if Beavis and Butthead were reincarnated as a stream chat, we're looking right at him. Look no further if you wanted to see what that looked like. We suddenly are all 12. I think I'm making up for all the episode I missed with WoWs today. Yeah, we've missed you for sure. I've missed those WoWs. How are the eyes doing? How are those peepers? They feeling better? You got the other eye scheduled yet? I think you have. I think you've kept us posted in the Discords, but my work weeks have been so busy. It's like I'll read them and I'll digest them, and then I'll have to go back to work.
What was that?
And then I just forget about stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know what this is. This is the distorted shape perk. This is Neris using Ordinator on me here. Yeah, so Ordinator, those perks get applied to NPC enemies as well. The reason I couldn't hit Neris is because he cast a flesh spell and he was not wearing armor. And his alteration skill was high enough to get this distorted shape perk right here. When you gain an armor spell in combat or enter combat with an active armor spell, you become intangible and unable to be affected by spells or attacks for 10 seconds or until you perform an offensive or defensive action. So yeah, he was just, I think he had some kind of like flame cloak or something on. So he was able to hit me. I wasn't able to hit him. He was intangible. That happens with like dragon priests and stuff too. For the first 10 seconds, you might wonder why you can't hit them, and that's why. It's not the game bugging out, it's Ordinator being Ordinator. It just works. Almost got zapped by Raiden. Yep, indeed. Disclaimers are good. We don't want to edge anyone like Molag Bal. Yeah, don't want to edge Molag's balls. I get ya. All because the wind blew. Mm-hmm. 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 Do I have anybody else to fight here? No, I think we're clear. What time is it? 10:56 p.m. Let's go back to Morthal. We'll find Alva. See what kind of vampire-specific dialogue she's got. Vision, Martian Manhunter stuff? Yes, indeed. That'd be kind of a cool build concept too, huh? What's cool though is I don't think that distorted shape needs no armor. The prerequisite perk does. Mage armor, if you're not wearing armor, then your flesh spells are stronger. But distorted shape has no language in here about needing to be unarmored. This is all just if you gain an armor spell in combat, you become intangible. So I think that, okay, you're gonna have to burn this perk here if you're wearing armor. This is gonna be useless, but I feel like this perk is well worth 2 perks with the right build. If you're wearing armor, becoming intangible until you attack, that could open up like master level ritual spells and stuff, because those take time. to cast, that would give you, I think, just enough time to run through that full animation. Okay, back to Morthal. What time is it? It is, okay, we're only an hour and 45 minutes into the stream. Nice. Doing a lot. It's been a busy stream. Very, very dense stream. Showing off a lot of cool gameplay. We've hit 2 very major story beats. Talked a lot about story and roleplay and how it fits in. Massaging a lot of the Mortal Kombat stuff into place in Skyrim. Very effectively, too, I might add. Love this kind of thing. This is why this is my favorite game of all time. It gels all these different
Finally,
video
someone
gamey
comes in.
things.
Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days.
That is not the promiscuous wench I am looking for. This is the other promiscuous wench I was looking for.
I know you for what you are. This town's blood is ours. Leave it. Now we must return to our roles, lest the sheep suspect the wolves. Well, aren't you the handsome one? You and I should spend some time together.
I don't think I would mind that. Yeah, so she's pretty protective over her flock over here, right? I would imagine that unaffiliated vampires and even affiliated vampires would be very territorial over their blood bags, right? Very cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. All my thousands of hours in Skyrim, and this is the first time I've ever seen this.
The people here work so hard, and they never allow themselves a moment of fun. It's such a pity. It won't last forever, though.
So yeah, thank you to, I'm sorry, I forget now who suggested that I do that, but that's awesome. I've never seen that dialogue before. Very cool. Okay, 12:32. Let's see, what do we have left to do? I don't think much. How's my encumbrance doing? Not bad, but not great. All right, let's just wait 5 hours. That'll be more or less dawn, I think. We'll go meet Valiant out in the swamps. This, I'm curing vampirism here, basically to, oh, very hungry here too. Oh, that's okay. We're curing vampirism right away anyway. You can't doink Alva, you're widowed. I wonder if his... Never mind. I was going to say something very crude. I was going to say, I wonder if his fiery rage extends to his nether realms, if you if you catch my drift. I mean, in the original, well, I guess in the Mortal Kombat games in general, whenever he does his toasty fatality, where he rips off his mask and incinerates you with his fire breath. The hell am I going? The complete wrong way because I had the wrong quest active. Great. He does have a skeleton. He has like no flesh on him, right? He's just a skeleton, just all bone. So there's a boner joke to be made in there somewhere, especially with the fiery rage. Nether realm, come on. It's all too perfect. I couldn't just not make the joke. It's not fair. It's not a fair fight. Me against my inhibitions.
Good, you're here.
Glowy death bells. Yeah, those look nice, right? I love the more lights for EMBs mod. It's the same thing with like the spells that you have in your hands cast light as well. It's cool stuff, but it requires EMB, I think. All right, let's get this over with.
As you desire. I call upon Oblivion Realms, the home of those who are not our ancestors. Answer my plea. As in death there is new life, in Oblivion there is a beginning for that which has ended. I call forth that power. Accept the soul that we offer. As the sun ends the night, end the darkness of this soul. Return life to the creature you see before you. The ritual is complete.
Yeah, so curing vampirism is a deal breaker for Molag Bal. I suspected this. I didn't read this beforehand, but I suspected this might be happening, which is why I wanted Mehrunes Razor in my back, or Mehrunes Dagon in my back pocket. I believe I can go back to Mehrunes, the Shrine of Mehrunes, and regain him as a follower without any issues. So now, wow. Was that supposed to happen? It's been a long time since I've done this. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know, End King. So basically, Falion performed the ritual on me, which caused Molag Bal to abandon me. And then when I came out of that dialogue, there was like a conjuration effect, and then I just died. Dagon squished you? It was probably Molag. If anybody squished me, it was Molag. He didn't like me not being a vampire, like, really bad. So, I mean, I might have to do another order of operation here. I might have to take on... Ooh. Is this another denizen of Movarth's?
Hi there.
Hi. Oh, that was unexpected. Might have to become a follower of Mehrunes Dagon before I have Molag Bal abandon me. This might be a Winter Sun thing. Molag Bal is very petty and vengeful and angry. Oh, yeah, sorry, Haster. That one song swells up. The volume levels are the same for everything, but that one song is just louder. I might have to remove it. I keep forgetting what song it is when I go back to looking at the playlist. I would hate to admit how many times I've cast Mortal's Mask and ended up a pile of ash instead. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick save here, just in case. That was funny as hell. That made me laugh. All right, let's try this again.
Good, you're here. As you desire.
What's the definition of insanity? I just want to make sure that this wasn't like a weird fluke bug
I call upon
thing.
Oblivion Realms, the home of those who are not our ancestors. Answer my plea. As in death, there is new life.
If it happens again, I'll try Mehrunes and then come back and get cured.
I call forth that power. Accept the soul that we offer. As the sun ends the night, end the darkness of this soul. Return life to the creature you see before you. The ritual is complete.
Molag Bal abandons you. Molag Bal is furious with you. Yeah, this is a punishment. This is a Molag Bal punishment. Let's do it this way. I'll make sure that I don't miss dawn by going to the autosave before the wait. So this should be, yeah, this is about midnight. This should give us time to head back to the Mehrunes Dagon Shrine. Where was that at? Right here. Apology accepted, Molag Bal. Yep. It probably does a certain amount of damage to you by... oh, okay. Got some playmates here. Oh boy. Legendary difficulty. He power attacked right through my block there. I kind of do want to see... Oh, no, I gotta go back. I kind of do want to see the Nexus page too, to see what Anai documented about Molag as well. Okay, let's be ready for this fight. Okay, I'm gonna go unarmed for this one because the blocking didn't seem to help much with the those two-handed Daedric weapons they were wielding. And then make sure I got Phoenix Strike ready to go. All right, we should be good. Let's do well, I'll pop some potions once I get there. Do some light armor, some resist fire. Maybe some regeneration. Oh, swing and a miss. That was bad. Block, actually, these fortified block potions also have a light armor effect. So you can see the shield up in the upper right, that is fortified block, and then you also have the helmet, which is fortified armor. And I forget what recipe I was using for that. I think it's like beehive husk and something else gives both block and light armor fortification. We'll resist fire and magic. So now we're goosed against physical damage. We're goosed against fire and magical damage separately. We should be all right. Okay, Phoenix Strike. Takes one guy out of the equation.
Are you prepared for your death, my lord? By destroying you! You are weak, mortal.
Yeah, am I? I just killed your buddy. Kidney shot. That's right. I'm taking your Daedric hearts. Oh, and hello, random frost troll. What's up, buddy? Okay. Activate Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon. Yes, we will accept Actually, let's do a quick save here just in case. Molag does not like being abandoned. Blessing of Mehrunes Dagon added. Follower of Mehrunes Dagon added. Favor with Mehrunes 30%. Okay. Mehrunes Dagon does not reward cowards. I don't know. I gotta read up on what Mehrunes does. I know that he has a mechanic to where you can burn favor for damage output, I think, but I don't really know exactly how that works. So I'm going to do a quick save here. I want to pause the game, and I want to take a look at the Nexus page for Winter Sun here. What is the name of the worship mod again? Yeah, that's Winter Sun. I'm actually going to the Nexus page for that now. And maybe I'll even put the link in the comments if you want to take a look at it, Caladran, on your own time. You literally have to suffer during your prayer. The more you endure, the more favor rises. Oh, I see. Okay. Oops. That's... You got it. No problem, Caladran. Mayrune's Dagon. Slay people who stand in your way, so just killing people will increase favor. That's good. Defy all the shrines of my enemies. So we have to find different shrines, and I'm sure there's some kind of mechanic to defile them. Those skilled in destruction are most deserving of my favor. That's good, because we are very high level in destruction. Shrine Blessing, Amplify Destruction. Destruction spells are 10% more effective. Excellent. Follower, Self-Immolation. Daedric Fire burns your spirit as you play, draining magicka. Stop praying at 20% or... Okay, so it's like the Thunder Child thing where you're meditating on the words of power. Stop praying at 20% or less to gain more favor and Burning Path activations. Okay, so yeah, you have to stop praying with 20% or less magicka left in your tank, and if you do, you're gonna earn more favor, and you just use the favor for these Burning Path activations. So basically you don't get much until you hit 100% favor, become a devotee, and then you get access to these Burning Path things. Nearby foes burn for X damage and explode on death for X damage. Yeah, this is awesome. This, I think, encapsulates the Hellfire concept from Mortal Kombat and Scorpion from that game a little better. What, you think that's a good idea, Dave Bones? My little dog has some input. She wants to say hi. Come here. We'll get you. Oh. Here's our little geriatric princess. She's my favorite puppet, #1 in the whole wide world. Yeah, you got the sweetest kisses, and you're the snuggliest, and the cutest, and I love you. Can you say hello to everybody? Say hello. Say hello, everybody. I love you. No, you're not talkative today. You just want a treat, huh? You want a snack? You want that treat? She said, yeah, let go of me. Give me my treat. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Yeah, someone said snack. My dog's favorite word. Yeah, that's our little geriatric princess. She's going on 13. Still happy and healthy. We had a health scare like last year, or maybe that was earlier this year. She had a little pancreatitis. Just had to clean up her diet a little bit, and she's fine now. Got a little bit of arthritis in the back too, but nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, you guys saw my whole watch later list there. Yeah, this looks racy, but it's not. It's just it's an ex Microsoft engineer talking about how ChatGPT works. I am too old to be that horny, looking for porn on YouTube, you know. Yeah. So Winter Sun, Sure, it isn't. Right. I can neither confirm nor deny that I scrub my history just in case something racy doesn't pop up during a stream. No, I'm kidding. Very questionable. There you go, Caladran. God, getting called out in chat. I like it. Okay, so yeah, I was saying I think Mehrunes Dagon. This actually, I think it represents the Hellfire entity pretty well. The Hellfire tends to be an entity of its own. It's an extremely powerful, magical concept from the Netherrealm, which is basically Mortal Kombat's hell. Scorpion is able to harness it, but it does kind of have a mind of its own at some points. It can be fickle. And I think the Mehrunes Dagon stuff will reflect that pretty well. So now that we don't have a petty, vengeful Molag Bal that's going to kill us as soon as he abandons us. Apology accepted. I like that. Now die. We should be fine to cure vampirism here. Oh, I did want to see what the mechanic behind that was, though. Molag Bal. Slay people who stand in your way, trap souls in my name, live as a vampire, and never seek a cure. Guess we now know what happens when you seek a cure with Molag Bal. Yeah, I guess he just kills you. Interesting. So yeah, if you're a follower of Molag Bal, never cure yourself of vampirism, as it says in the description. Game over. Patron saint of red flags, indeed. Yeah, when that crazy girlfriend says never leave me, that's what she's saying.
Good, you're here. As you desire.
And they wonder who the most powerful Daedic prince was.
I call upon Oblivion Realms, the home of those who are not our ancestors. Answer my plea.
Let's get this over with
there is
again.
New life. In Oblivion, there is a beginning. For
Let's get this over and over and over
call
with.
Forth that power. Accept the soul that we offer. As the sun ends the night, end the darkness of this soul. Return life to the creature you see before you. The ritual is complete.
Oh, it does the same thing when you disguise? That's what you were talking about, Strudel. I wasn't putting the pieces together. That's funny. I would call that a fundamental incompatibility. Yeah, I guess if you want to masquerade as a mortal, Molag Bal is not the deity to do that with. Kind of sad if you were counting on doing that for a character concept or something. But also kind of hilarious. Okay, so let's see. We are human now, and it looks like we have our white eyes back. Look at that. Much better. That looks way cooler than the red ones, in my opinion. All right, Scorpion feeling more like himself now. The Molag thing was a fun experiment, though. I've never done a Molag playthrough. It's cool to know what makes him tick. Fairly simple in terms of gameplay, but the rules and stuff, that was definitely a big wrinkle. He seemed to accept us fine before we were a vampire. So it wasn't the fact that we weren't a vampire that he didn't like, it was the fact that we decided not to become a vampire. We decided to not be a vampire anymore. Sort of forsaking his gift, I suppose. It just needs a patch. Okay, is there one out there? I don't think it happens every time, but I've had it happen often enough that I just avoid it. Okay, that's fair. Works better with a face mask that covers the fangs too. Yeah, indeed. Oh, do I still have fangs? Whoops. Trying to get him to open his mouth. No, but you did before. The idea of chomping someone's neck. Well, that's kind of a cool screenshot. Look at that. Now I just need the mask on. There we go. Hooah! Okay. I know what I'm doing later today. I'm getting some new screenshots. Like a roundhouse kick to your mug. Anyway. Okay, let's do the main quest line. I still need to unlock the Yol shout, the fire breath shout. Now, can I go back to Castle Volkihar and do all the rest of this stuff as a non-vampire? I don't know. That'll be a fun experiment, huh? No, but you did before. The idea of chomping someone's neck with a face mask on. Ah, good point. Good point. Not directly between Winter Sun and Better Vampires, since Inai has Sacrosanct. Okay, well, yeah, I wouldn't expect Inai to provide the patch, but I wouldn't be shocked if somebody had already made one. I think there are plenty of people who use Better Vampires with Winter Sun, right? And Inai definitely doesn't put any permissions on his things as far as not wanting things to be patched. He's happy to have people do it. I don't know about the Better Vampires author, but I'm sure nobody would be really opposed to a patch. Sure, he was a cool guy, cool with you not being a vamp. He was bringing you into the cult, but you can't give away your copy of Dianetics. Yeah. And Brennahin has Better Vampires. Neither have reason to. Okay. End King. Yeah. I don't believe there's a patch, though. I haven't done that with those mods. Okay. Sure, I can patch it. Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, you can patch it. It's just, what are you going to replace that functionality with? Maybe... I mean, I'm sure you can patch it just by removing that effect, right? That death punishment effect from Sacrosanct. I think that would be the easiest way to do it. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, Garen Morethi. They don't seem to be opposed to me being a mortal now all of a sudden.
You are worth very little if you're not one of us. Serana can change that. I suggest you ask her to.
Well, okay. That answers that question. At least they don't attack me on sight. All right. I'm happy to abandon that. Still need Wood Elf blood. That's the only one I need for Uncle Hermie. Return to your roots. Loud and clear, soul divided. Way of the voice. Here we go. Speak to the Greybeards. Where's Vander? Yeah, right. I kind of wanted to kill him after interrupting my vignette recording from the last stream. Every time one of my followers died in order to create that video, Vander would show up all cheery faced. I've been looking for you. It's a letter and lots of gold. while I was recording. Kind of a mood breaker. Had to go for a while. What'd I miss? Oh, well, we cured our vampirism, which allowed us to have the white eyes back. So I finally got... Whoops, that doesn't look right, does it? Note to self, do not toggle free cam from the menu. So now we're looking more like Scorpion here. We don't have the red vampire eyes anymore. We have the white wraith eyes. But in the course of doing so, Molag Bal became very angry at us and would kill us every single time we cured vampirism. So we actually had to go back to Mehrunes Dagon and switch to him first and then go back and cure the vampirism. So yeah, now we're no longer weak to fire. We have the white eyes, so those were the two deal breakers that I had with being a vampire and being a Molag Bal follower. So now we're back to Mehrunes Dagon, which I think still fits really well with the theme of everything. So we looked at that. We looked at Mehrunes and what he does. Basically, you pray, and while you pray, Mehrunes Dagon will burn away your magicka. And if you stop praying when your magicka is at 20% or less, without hitting 0, then you will earn favor. And the way that the favor works is that once you become a devotee and you get 100% favor, then whenever you enter combat, you get X% boost to damage output, I think. Or is it just destruction spells? I think it was all damage output. Oh, they burn for X damage and explode on death for X damage based on favor. So I think this works really well as like a Hellfire concept as its own entity. We don't get to banish people to oblivion anymore, but the Hellfires definitely will work on their own to burn our foes, you know? So I think it works just as well as Molag Bal. You know, we don't have the baggage of vampirism for both the weakness to fire and the inability to have white eyes. So I think this is better all around. Now we just need to work up some favor, and now I'm doing the main quest line so that we can unlock the Fire Breath Shout completely. Punch him in the taint. I think canonically, besides just having a weakness to fire, Frost Trolls also are weak to being punched in the taint. That's another pro tip. Somebody who has thousands of hours in this game, you may have not known about Frost Trolls, that their taint is very sensitive. And they're also slow enough that you might be able to maneuver yourself to get a clean shot on the troll taint. Gotta love the weather up here on the throat of the world, huh? Okay, that's too much. That's better. We'll just use our Hellfire abilities to burn away the blizzard. Okay, go right for the taint. Oh, just missed. Got to get the right... There we go. You see the little uppercut right there? Got the right angle. Got him right in the sweet spot. Snicker. Nice. When you're done recording, I'm going to rewatch this. Yeah, no problem. Do it at your leisure. Wi-Fi is acting slow, so sorry. Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm not going to take it personally if you disappear for a little while. Do your thing. Happy to have people lurk. Imagine dying being punched in the gluteus maximus. Yep. Wow, Strudel says. I get a lot of wows out of Strudel. I really missed that.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Nothing about trolls, though. Been out of practice? I don't know. You seem in rare form. Or maybe it's I just haven't had you around to wow me at all, so I feel like I'm making up for lost time now too. Yep, there he goes. A little left uppercut, right in the bread basket. Creates the perfect angle. Gets him every time. So how come your flame cloak isn't harming anyone? Ah, because it's not a flame cloak. This is actually, if we look at our effects here, this is the Blazing Soul. So this is a spell added by the Arcanum. I think it's New Age of Magic or something is the full title of it. It's the spell pack there. It can be a little buggy. I like it a lot because it has a lot of very interesting, wild, crazy spells that you can actually build entire build concepts off of. It happened to have a very useful novice level spell that I got from the very beginning. So Blazing Soul, it does look like a flame cloak. It doesn't actually burn anybody. What it does is whenever you cast a fire spell, it gives you a speed boost and attack damage and destruction spell damage output boost each time you land a fire spell. So this works better, obviously, if I'm hitting them with like a firebolt or whatever. And it stacks on itself. So eventually, if you're using those fire spells, those ranged fire spells, you stack up a bunch of damage output with your fists, and then you switch to your fists, you zoom in, you start punching them for like extremely boosted damage. So it's not just the damage that's boosted, it's also the movement speed that's boosted. And I have a perk in Ordinator in the light armor skill tree called Sweeping Wind. So unarmed power attacks do 25% more damage just on their own, but if your movement speed is increased at all, you do 2 times that damage as a percentage with power attacks. So I call this the sort of the dragon killer, because while dragons are flying around, you're blasting them with the destruction spells, you're building up those stacks, and then when they land, you switch to unarmed, and then just go in and start beating them down with power attacks. And they go down real quick that way. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in here, and I don't have encumbrance for any of it. I'll come back. I don't need any of that right now. I had a question, wanting to use combat gameplay overhaul, but every time I run Nemesis, it runs fine and everything, but then I get in-game, start a new game, loads, and then it crashes. Yeah, I haven't... Okay, so I did have a problem with Nemesis. It wasn't that in particular. It was trying to get it to run from MO2, but I did get that figured out. I think I had to change some permissions on the EXE and maybe force it to run as admin or something like that. But once I did that, it worked fine. I have not had any crashing issues with it or anything. There's got to be some kind of conflict with another mod that you're running. You're not trying to use FNIS at the same time, are you? If you have some FNIS stuff in there left over, make sure you disable all that stuff, and then try to regenerate your animations after that. Would be where I would start. No, you got nothing like that? Hey James, welcome. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it's kind of hard to diagnose when you're not looking at it. You don't see the full picture. Yeah, I would just try to get on the forums, on the Nexus forum, see if anybody can can help you out with that. Or if you're on a Discord somewhere.
A Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age. We will see if you truly have the gift. Show us, Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Let us taste of your voice. That sounds kind of gross, but okay. Dirty old man.
Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Arngir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
I just want to find out what it means to be Dragonborn.
We are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you.
You mean I'm not the only Dragonborn?
There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only Dragonborn of this age, that is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say.
So they don't know about Mirak yet. I guess they're kind of shielded from Mirak's influence, being able to sense his presence at the very least. Because he's kind of trapped in Apocrypha at the moment.
You have shown that you are Dragonborn.
Might ask Magus if he's willing to help. He tried helping me with another problem I was having a while ago. Plus, it's a new mod list. Yeah, okay.
Follow the path laid out for you.
Magus is a good guy to ask.
Without training,
I've been using Nemesis for a little while now, but I haven't had to troubleshoot it all. It's just kind of worked for me.
A shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to
Usually crashing though is like some kind of version mismatch.
All shouts are made
I don't think Nemesis
three
requires
words.
SKSE.
As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you roll, the second word in Unrelenting Force.
Kitty Tales is coming out soon with
Roll
another spell mod
means
related to
balance,
Dragonborn DLC with the Watchers
Combine it with
and
force,
brand destruction
force
spell, brand new.
to focus
Yeah,
your
there's
food more sharply.
there was a new mod that came out that was I was just looking at before we the Abyssal Tides. Is this the one? Yeah, Kitty Tales. Yeah, I think this came out just yesterday. Just last night. Yeah, I was looking at this earlier this morning. I think this is the one you're talking about, James. Looks like it's ready to go. I don't know if it's available for console yet, but it's definitely up on the Nexus, ready for PC.
You learn a new word like a master. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout.
I wonder how many words I have of Fire Breath. Only the one. So I'm going to get another one with Parthenax. And I have to look up where the third one is. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, that is how the rest of us learn.
But if I can make that thing
Dragonborn, you
a
can
force
absorb a slain
to be reckoned
dragon's
with,
life force
we can get some
with no
toasty action
direct-
going on with that.
As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of role. Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new Thuma. Use your
Demonstrate unrelenting force. Yeah,
Shout
I've been through this.
Strike the targets as they appear.
Dustman's Cairn. Okay, we can check that out. You might be right. Dustman's Cairn might be the one I already did because I already did the. Oh, he totally whiffed that one. All right.
Well done.
Still counted though.
Again.
Yeah, I already did the full Companion's quest line. So that's probably the one I have already. If indeed that was from Thunderstorm Gouge is the other. Okay, great. And that's a big dungeon to get through. A fun one though.
Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise.
I actually showcased a mod recently on my channel called Deus Mons. It had a nice thought, but unfortunately it was never finished. Many places you just could not go, but good mod just the same. Yeah, that's kind of how Arcanum is. I've ran into one crash to desktop because there was like an Oblivion gate or something like that I happened across, and it does have some hidden areas. I think there was some kind of Oblivion gate. There was these special paragons that you could find in they place like frost giants around the Forgotten Valley or Forgotten Vale. And if you found that particular paragon and put it in, it would take you to a special like underground ice cave. You fight your way through that. It had some giant like frost atronachs to fight. That was really cool. But then there was like a portal, and you went through the portal. There was just nothing there, and the game would crash. And I was like, oh. But if you just avoid that, it doesn't cause any problem in your game. And I've tested all of the spells. One problem I had with one destruction spell was that you see how the effect on the right is. It kind of changes now and then, like a frostbite, going from frostbite to flames. One of them would just take the previous one, no matter like what it was before. So it was like a fire spell. Or no, that might have actually been a tri-elemental spell, kind of like an elemental blast from the AE content. It didn't have a valid in-menu model. So I pointed it at another one that existed, and that seemed to work fine. And that was the only other thing that I could find that didn't work. But the bug page is quite long. It seems that I don't know that it's been officially abandoned. I think the mod author might have gotten sick or something like that. I wouldn't say that he's probably never going to pick it up. Updates has been few and far between for that mod for a very long time. So, whatever. It might happen. If it doesn't, I still like the place that it's in now. Still love the spells that are in it. And they work for the most part for me. This is Arcanum, Magus. Oh, okay. So the spells could be hired. Ask Apprentice that specializes in lighting screens. It's a company called Fools that was started over in America that has moved across. Okay, cool. Is that a new job for you? Sounds awesome. Starting new jobs is always like exciting. There's that honeymoon period for a couple months where it's like you're very motivated. You're learning new things. You're really enjoying everything. You're getting to know your coworkers, and then the job just becomes a job after a while. Yeah, but that new job smell, it's usually pretty fun. What am I doing? Where am I going? Oh yeah, we're going out to do the whirlwind sprint thing. Anyone agree tuna tastes good as a sandwich? It does indeed. I like to mix in a little bit of mayo, make a little tuna salad out of it, put little chunks of cheddar cheese in there. Not everybody likes the cheddar cheese. I'm not a big fan of relish. A lot of people put relish in their tuna salad sandwiches. I do not like pickles. I do not like relish. But I'll spice it up a little bit with some Old Bay.
Before you can project it into
some salt and some pepper, some mayo, and I do like the cheddar cheese chunks in there. Cheese and fish doesn't appeal to everybody. I don't mind it. I kind of like a sharp cheddar mixed in with it. Did you rename the BSAs per the sticky on the page? I sure diddly did. Yeah, it flat out won't work if you don't change the BSAs.
Master Wolfgar will demonstrate whirlwind sprint.
Same, but pickles and onion in and relish is a bit sweet.
Master Body?
Yeah, I don't mind some green onions in there. my palate and my stomach are both very sensitive to raw onions, so I have to be very careful.
Stand next to me.
With the amount in there.
Will open the gate.
And like strong onions, they'll wreck me for a day.
To pass through before it closes.
Cooked onions are completely fine. I love a caramelized onion. Okay, I'm ready. Hello. There we go. Oh, a-holes.
Again. Back.
Tuna sandwiches are life itself. I mean, it's so cheap, so easy, and then you have, you know, makings of sandwiches for like
Your quick
a few days.
mastery of a new thum is astonishing.
Don't like cooked onions?
I've heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself.
To each their own, right? No, I love a caramelized onion on like a burger or a pizza.
You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengraf.
I saw tons of
Remain
fixes,
true to
but
the way
yeah,
of
likely the
voice.
mod is abandoned at this point. Author hasn't done anything in Skyrim in like 3 years. Yeah, it's been a little while. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be completely shocked if he released another one, even like a year or two down the line. The updates have been sparse. I think the last update was like I want to say it was a conjuration update. And that was like a couple years ago at this point. But before that, it was like at least a year between that and the one before. Same with sweet and certain bell peppers. Oh, the cooked onions make you feel sick? Yeah, raw peppers make me feel a little... They can be a little harsh for me too. Not as bad as an onion, but cooked peppers, cooked onions, I love fajitas. I can eat those all day and be fine. It's the raw stuff that hurts. Just takes a little bit of the harshness out of it, I guess, and reduces the stomach acid for me. I'll assume most are going to move over to Starfield or are prepping up for that. So Skyrim modding will take a huge dive in the next couple of months. Yeah, but I feel like they're going to be back. I feel like Starfield is not the next haven for modding like Skyrim was. I think it's going to be more like Fallout 4, where you're going to have the modders move over. They're going to sow their wild oats on a new game for a little while. They're going to decide that maybe this game isn't set up for modding quite the same way that Skyrim is. Skyrim's still the better platform. They're going to go back and do Skyrim stuff, and there are going to be a few more that hold on to Starfield. That's what I'm guessing. Starfield's not ES6. That's completely true. I don't even think ES6 is going to be the next. I think Skyrim's going to be around forever as a modding haven. Ustengrav. Okay, we need to do that. I do want to go. Where was it? Oh yeah, Sunderstone Gorge, which I think was over here, right? Not Sundered Towers. I always get those two mixed up. I think Sunderstone Gorge is like right here. I think this is the structure we're looking at. So Guker's Monument. We'll do Sunderstone Gorge and we'll unlock that next fire wall. Oh no, Sunderstorm Gorge is the Necromancer layer, isn't it? It's like down here. I don't think ES6 will come out. Falkreath Reach area on the border. Yeah, I think it's south of the road. I think this is something else. This is like it's something similar to Sunderstone Gorge. I think it's Sun something. Sunguard is what I was thinking of. Yes, Sunguard, Sunderstone Gorge. This is Sunguard. Sunderstone Gorge is right here. It's a conjurer's lair. Okay. Let's Moss Mother Cavern, Hendraheim. Yeah, I may as well just run there from here. Let's put a, whoops. Whoops. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. There's one specific button that I need to push, and I'm managing to push all the rest of them that aren't that button. Fire breath, one awesome shout, sad it's quest locked, 2 words. Yeah, kinda. I mean, if... Oh, these doofuses.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn?
Depends, who's asking.
Your lies fall on deaf ears.
Oh, I'm allergic to idiots. How about that?
You shall not stand in the way of the true Dragonborn's return. He comes soon, and we shall offer
Thank you.
heart. When Lord Mirak
The one that's companions, yeah, you kind of...
None shall stand to oppose him.
You have to be like a companion in order to unlock all the shouts. Kind of the same way with Marked for Death too. Not every character wants to be an assassin, but you have to... Well, I guess you could do destroy the Dark Brotherhood part and still get access to that, but still.
Your soul belongs to... You're outmatched. The rightful Dragonborn comes soon. I should... No sign of him.
Short left hook to the jaw. Turns the lights out real quick.
Out with it.
Used to get all shouts, and bless you, thank you. Used a mod to get all shouts. Oh, it just unlocks them all automatically. I still like the process of going to finding them. I don't want them all like available right away, personally. Although I could see like if you're just trying to do a build concept and some of the quests don't match up, then yeah, that makes some sense. One nice thing about Imperious Red Guards is you get free sprint. Like, don't even need a horse, right? If you can just sprint everywhere. Takes no stamina. Cruising, look at that. I'd say Drain Vitality is more useful modded than Marked for Death. Okay. And yeah, you can, anybody who does the Dawn Guard questline can get Drain Vitality, I believe. Think of Sneeze Shout, think of Exploding Russian Sneeze Meme. Oh, I've never seen that. Sounds kind of funny though. Oh, I got all caught up on The Boys. You want a good raunchy show about superheroes? There you go. Speaking of sneeze exploding. Anybody see the season 3 of The Boys? Know what I'm talking about? The one word of DV is locked in Dim Hollow. Okay. The rest of them are just out and about for anybody to grab. Yeah, I guess I don't really mind shouts that are quest locked. It's just sometimes those quests send you on faction quest lines that don't fit with your character, right? Okay, there's usually a necromancer or somebody over here, and I am not seeing him. Oh, there he is. Oh, he was hiding behind the nightshades. Ah! Phoenix Shout got him. Well, that took a while to load up, huh? Caught the ire of these guys right away here, too. Oh, Ice Storm sucks. Get punched. Slow down and get punched. Okay, yeah, ice mages are really, really tough for this character because a lot of the damage output is tied to current stamina levels. And if you're getting blasted by ice spells, you're depleting your stamina really quickly, and all of a sudden your unarmed damage is like nothing. Oh, that guy was fidgety as hell. I need an allergy pill too. Sinuses are itchy. Where's the other dude in here? There was another dude out here that was fighting me. I came back out to find him. Maybe he followed me inside. Maybe he was banished to oblivion. Ah, well. Yeah, as I am playing my own version of Sub-Zero, and he isn't the Dragonborn, and he isn't doing the Civil War quest line. Okay. Also got a mod to give me around 2,000 in all stats, but I use a God mode ring to increase it to, I believe, 25,000 each. And no, I need to go to a cheat room. Now I need to go to a cheat room in Riverwood. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought about using cheat mods like that, or at least using the uncapper to increase progression rates in all my skills so that I could get through these build concepts faster. But I find that I actually want the time to get to know these build concepts, to actually play through it, get good at it, and find all the little wrinkles and cool little synergies and, you know, broken stuff to avoid. Oh, I am over encumbered. They got me. There's no way I'm surviving this. Yeah, I was over encumbered. I shouldn't have picked up whatever I picked up. Not gonna lie, I hate enemy mages. Yeah, me too. And I'm still over encumbered. Okay. Let's find a corpse, unload some stuff. A lot of stuff in here that I just don't need. Plenty of money. Don't even need to sell it. The encumbrance there was what killed me more than anything. Did the skeleton run into the trigger there? Is that what triggered it? Because I definitely didn't step on it, I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick save here. I'm gonna goose my magic resistance. Boom, 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 boom. Pull through shadows worked pretty well for the mage enemies last time. Let's give that another shot. I'm not getting a lot of mileage out of this paralysis enchantment though. There we go. Who's next? Oh, I see you over there. Dodge roll through. Taint punch. Who's next? Who is this? Oh, that's one of the Dunmer ancestors. Okay, don't need that. All right, just looting and scooting here. Cursed Spectre. Lots of ghostly summons here that I'm looking forward to trying out with my Steger. Stormcloak Shaman Assassin. Yeah, good job, Ancestor. Didn't really help her out much, did you? The utter fail before being summoned back to the spirit realm there. And now the enchantment is depleted on that. Let's go ahead and get that filled back up. Yeah, messages, they won't get deleted. You just have to scroll up. Acid Rain, Mel, what's up? How's it going? Slipped in there without me seeing. Very sneaky. Speaking of ninjas. Okay, yeah, this is a powerful combo. I'm gonna keep working on it. I want it to become more natural before I get some footage of it and start showing it off in a YouTube video. But I think it works pretty well as the Scorpion Harpoon. I also need to find a enchanting table here somewhere. Disenchant the stuff that I have in my inventory will help with encumbrance a little bit. Sea Dog Feathered Tricorn? I don't think so. The mod that gave me 2k in stats also leveled me up to 100 and have all skills maxed to 100 and all perk points. I like the journey of getting there personally. And like I said, I feel like I learn more about the build as I go. But I can definitely see how if you just want to play a certain way, just to give yourself all that stuff from the get-go. I like the process of getting there, though. I like the grind. The bump and grind, you know? What is the Apocalypse spell pack? That includes the milestone spell. Yeah, it's just called Apocalypse, just magic of Skyrim. Oh yeah, I think Acid Rain has it right. If you have your comments set to top, then it's going to be all out of whack. Oh, swing and a miss. Ha! Mages. What a joke. Ooh, Conjuration. Not gonna use it, but I'll take the level progression anyway. process of getting there is best. Two things. Oh, there's my wood elf. Now I can go back and see Septimus. Go get the that big old book from Uncle Hermie. Okay, well that was the fire breath that I wanted there. And then the third one is at the summit of the throat of the world, which we'll have to do later. Yeah, we'll get through this, but I think I have to call it a stream here really soon. I got to do the honeydew list chores before my wife comes home. Here I'm just streaming Skyrim and grinding Diablo 4 when I'm supposed to be doing my chores. Okay, I think there's a... Oh, there he is. He's running away. Coming back. Here, skeever, 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 skeever. I just wanted to cuddle. I don't want to block your flying attack and then slice you in half with my sword or anything. Definitely not doing that. Just wanted to be friends. Oh, it's a tight tunnel. Oh, that's what she said. I think YouTube defaults to top. We have to change it to live all messages, if I recall. Yeah, I did that a while ago, and it wasn't the most obvious thing in the world. It is pretty dumb. Especially for a live chat. For like comments, like whatever. But for live chat, which is not actually comments, that makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, I think that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. We did make a lot of progress with the build, and like the title says, it is coming along very nicely. There's a lot of fun stuff. It's a little squishy. There's some, I wouldn't call them issues, but some survivability concerns. But as long as you're on your game, if you're quick, you're using your mobility, which I think that this build is okay for that, relying on the whole glass cannon thing is alive and well here. Damage output is really good. The toolbox is very diverse. A lot of cool stuff you can do with this build. I'm very excited to share the build guide with you guys and come up with some cool gameplay combos and stuff to share. It's gonna be awesome. Gonna be awesome. I'm gonna put some actual Mortal Kombat video footage in there to see how close I actually came to some of the stuff in that game, implementing it in this game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of work though. I'm trying to get it out before Skyrim goes live, just because I still have Mortal Kombat 11 installed on my PC, and I think I need to free up some space on that drive for Starfield. So I want to be able to get this done before that. I am probably going to be doing some Starfield content on this channel, but I'm not abandoning Skyrim. I'll still be doing some Skyrim stuff. I'll never stop playing Skyrim. Even when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, I probably won't stop playing it. Yeah, so thanks everybody for joining. So I can do some shout outs to people here. Strudel, I see your name there. Look in the description below. Strudel is an awesome writer. She does fanfic, fantasy writing. She does all her own stories, backstories for characters and everything. Tells her own story, so it's not just a retelling of what she's seen in the game. She does a lot of research, plays the game a lot, really fleshes out these characters really well. If you like fantasy writing, you're gonna be hard pressed to find anybody better than her. I see your name. Yeah, so you're the first one I plugged. Ew, two things again. Sorry, that's awful. I'm really bad today with the two things. Magus has a Twitch stream that he does quite often, and I think he's got a Better Vampires playthrough coming up here real soon. Just did the remod, the reinstall for that. So please do go leave him a follow. It's going to be a lot of fun following that. Caladran as well is a great writer. She's got a lot of stuff. She's got a link in the description below as well. Who else? The Wind was here earlier. She streams Skyrim all the time and some other stuff. There's a variety of stuff on her channel, but I think she's mostly Skyrim. So go check her out. Leave her a follow. Was there anybody else? Oh yeah, Mad Adam was here. He just started his Nightblade playthrough on his channel. You can check that out. He's a tactician like me. He likes to set up his strategies and his tactics and everything, and he plays on legendary difficulty with a lot of difficulty mods. So I really like the whole process of his order of operations about what he does to prepare for each battle and everything. That's a lot of fun there. I feel like I'm missing someone. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, I think we're good. Okay, thanks guys. It was fun hanging out as always. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you next week, okay? Bye guys.